Alright, I'm making more videos. This is my third practice lay thing. I just like making videos. If you're watching this and it's your first game, if this is the first video you watched of mine, then you'll be seeing me ladder. Right now I'm in the practice league. It's only my third ladder game ever in my whole life. And I don't know what's going to happen this game. Last game I kicked butt. It was fun. It was fun just to play online. Here we go. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes after this game. Trying hard now. Da, 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 da. Okay, gosh, finally. Okay, I got a good game for you that I played on the ladder. This is my third ladder game ever. And here we go. Galaxy Knight at the bottom right corner of Novice Kulas Ravine. And we have Devil Wings. Yes, that's right. Devil is just a word, guys. Don't get too choked up about it. Sir Bonnie has Zerg in the left-hand corner. This is Novice Kulas Ravine, which means that there are destructible rocks at the entrance of your main base, and no destructible rocks at your natural, making it easy to expand. First thing I thought was, I do not want to make my Void Ray build. I am sick of that, so I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause and talk about it. I'm gonna make some warp gates. And you know what? I find it on Novice Kulas Ravine, it is difficult. Yeah, it's difficult to get by these destructible rocks because you have to make enough army to destroy it first to move out with a ground army. So I make some phoenixes, and let me just talk normal for a bit, not like the commentator me. Okay, you have to, what I wanted to do was get out an early Stargate to build a phoenix so I could scout around because these destructible rocks are annoying. I looked, this was my first time playing, I looked and I said, wow, there's no ramp here. It's easy to get into your natural, so this is a very good like expansion macro build, a macro map on Novice, that is. So there's no ramp here like there is in normal Kulas Ravine. So I'm like, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll build a gateway, make some units, and build a Stargate so I can figure out where he is. And let's keep going. So that was my plan. And then I figured I'd just continue making a ground army with Stargate, you know, like support army after that. So some interesting thing happens in this game, and some things I can talk about, things that I can improve. And the point of this is for me to improve so that in later games that you'll see of me, I've gotten better. And the real point is for you to watch it and then you say, oh, okay, I can look at that in my game and I can get better. So I'm chrono boosting my probes. I'm just going to talk about Protoss as if he's not me, as if he's someone else. It'll make it easier for me. So we have a probe just chilling here. Oh, looks like he's building a gateway and going back to work. And I like this kind of, notice how these probes have like a blue eyeball. What do you think that is, that eyeball? See that there? In the bottom right here where my mouse is? Do you think that's it's just a light. I have a light for an eyeball. Okay, now this guy, Devil Wings, don't know much about him, but I thought he was pretty good. He was my most worthy opponent so far. I've only played 3 games. So he's sending out his overlords to 1, 2, 3, you can see, all 3 places on the map where I could have spawned. And in a second, this overlord here, we will follow you, Overlord. So slow. We will follow this Overlord to the... Oh, gosh, isn't that amazing? Let's look. Okay, so I'm over here. Nothing. I'm over here. It's like waterfalls. Waterfalls. Gosh, Blizzard is amazing. Look at those. Are those like lily pads? What they should do is make some frogs in there. Hello, frogs. So here's his overlord, and actually, I learn his position by his overlord. See, his overlord is going to come this way, and I see his overlord come in my base here. So, and then I'm like, oh, I know where he is. He spawned in bottom left because his overlord is coming straight my way. So, I'm adjusting the volume. Okay, so Devil Wings, if you're watching this, know that your overlord actually gave you away, and now I'm just gonna, this zealot in a minute I think is going to destroy these destructible rocks. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of switching from this is me playing the game to a commentator. So we're gonna try it. Okay, Spore Crawler coming for the Zerg player, and very defensive play from him. Usually, he must be expecting an attack. I bet you he's played on this before and has gotten raped by, destroyed by, you know, air units. It's probably Void Rays. And because you know when these destructible rocks are here on Novice, it just makes sense to build air units and come in because it takes a, you know, it's kind of a pain to build a ground army and destroy those destructible rocks. That's what Protoss is doing. Huh, look at those zealots working on that. Okay, this is exhausting because I'm trying to make this like a shoutcast and be educational at the same time, so just bear with me. Alright, you can see that we have a one gate, for Protoss, we have one gateway and a Stargate, which is going to make a Phoenix. I'm going to destroy his Overlord first, then go find his base. His Overlords are still kind of hanging around, are still flying to other parts of the map. So far, it looks like Zerg has made a queen, an evolution chamber. Let's go to the units station. Looks like he has 6 Zerglings. And you can see that he's not working on the destructible rocks, so I wonder what his plan is. A Spine Crawler. So very defensive play from our Zerg player. Meanwhile, Protoss is... his Phoenix, his Chrono Boosted Phoenix is out, and the Overlord is going down. We have a probe count of 26 versus 17 drones for the Zerg player, and Zealots, get to work, come on! What are you doing? My APM, let's look at it, is... okay, 34. Okay, so when I play this game, I realized that, wow, there's a lot to do here. I've never played multiplayer, there's a lot to do. And my APM is lower than I'd like it to be. So that's one of the first things I need to work on, is my APM. Okay, now we have a Phoenix coming. And if you look at my cam, I see his base. I'm like, okay, I was right, he is here. And I'm just going to scout it. So I see that he has a Spore Crawler and a Queen, and I'm out of there. So that was a good play by me. My Phoenix just barely got hurt. So so my thinking at this point of the game was, okay, this guy is playing defensively, he has a Spore Crawler, did not see that too many units. So I'm gonna do is take map control. So first I'm gonna, in a couple seconds, I'm gonna come up here, make sure he hasn't gotten his expansion. And meanwhile, the destructible rocks are gone, and I'm gonna send in my Zealots. Now at this point, I think I could have actually just charged in and won, but I decide, I don't really know. Oh no, he's got some Zerglings here, but I still think I could have, see, that's the thing, is these destructible rocks are here, and it's just, you have to have enough army to destroy it, and meanwhile, I don't know, I'm just gonna chill. So, here we go. You can see that he doesn't have an expansion, at least I can see that, so I'm like, okay, good, I'm in a good position here. I've got my army here, and I'm gonna just contain him in his base. Meanwhile, I have warp gate technology, and I'm building another gateway. I'm 59 out of 66 food, so I'm up on my pylons. In this game, I actually had maybe I was a little bit too many pylons, which is probably a good place to be. Unit counting station, looks like it's 32 probes versus 21 drones. And it's 7 Zealots versus 10 Zerglings. He has 2 Hydralisks. So he kind of attacked the Hydralisk, and you can see that I'm using I'm able to Void Ray, and I'm going to destroy these destructible rocks. Okay, I want to stop here. I realize I need practice on the things I want to say. I want to be educational, but really, this game... hey man, this game isn't going to be as exciting as a pro game, so... I think that right now, I think that I want this to be interesting, so... but honestly, for me, it was just a lot of fun at this point, because I recognized that, okay, good, cool, he built Hydralisks, he built Spore Crawlers, so it's not going to just be an easy win. It looks like in my Stargate, I'm building a second Void Ray, and, oh, let's just see what happens. And, so here is a pylon, so that I can warp units in, right next to his base, and I decided to go for it, but I did not realize he had so many Hydralisks, so as soon as I see this Hydralisk, I'm out of there. That did not go well for me. But my second Void Ray is on the way. And we have... okay, so he's going to do an attack here, and let's see how it goes. He runs away. I think he could have done a little bit more, but I have Stalkers, which are coming in. So I now have 3 Warp Gates with a Stargate. My macro, I have to admit, one thing I could have improved on was was my macro. You can see that I am producing. Good for me, and I am kind of producing out of my structures, but I know that my macro could have been better. I could have produced out of my unit structures much better soon. So now, at this point in the game, I know that I have a lead because he's contained in his base. Look at all these buildings. He's built, looks like 2 spine crawlers and 3 spore crawlers. So he really does not want my air units to get in there. I'm like, that's cool. So what I end up doing is building, you'll see, I'll build more gateway units, and I kind of cut back on my Stargate units for a little while because of all these spore crawlers. So that's why I'm building a 4th gateway soon. And at this point, I decide that, okay, I've got them contained, I'm going to build an expansion, so I'm going to take advantage of my lead. Hopefully that happens soon. I actually probably should expand right now. Where's this probe going? This probe is just doing his own thing. Alright, and... oh, look! Here comes my probe. And as soon as I hit 400 minerals, I'm gonna... oh, action. Oh, okay, so what I do is I poke in to check out his army. I built some sentries. What I was hoping to do was lure his army here and block him off with force field. So instead, I'm gonna be aggressive. I'm like, okay, look at it. Here comes my expansion. I'm just so proud of myself for knowing to expand. And I have my phoenixes here. I'm making sure that he's not getting an expansion. Because if he does, what I can do is make more void rays and then